I'm going to actually put my gloves on.
Horrid coal mining tragedies.
Muddy as anything, wouldn't it, up here? No paved roads, all rocky, with cold chips all on the ground. Damn Denniston, damn the track, damn the wave, both there and back, damn the wind and damn the weather. God damn Denniston altogether.
Good morning.
Have we got fingerprints or black or anything on us? We've just been making sure we've been cleaning the beach.
We actually went to get some more ash for the composting toilet, but it was still too hot, so we just put that back.
We did, and so we removed all the giant rocks and everything, you know, that we had in the circle. We've spread them all out. We've thrown some back on the beach, some back onto the sand, and then Kelly got a stick and just smoothed it all out.
Just to make it look like we weren't there, basically. Now, we just want to tell you something funny. See this sign?
I think it's more naughty.
It is naughty. No dumping of rubbish. Fines of up to 5,000 or imprisonment. Well, bugger me, this morning we've seen two quad bikes with trailers on come past. Now, admittedly, it was green waste, and we've seen where they've dumped it too. They obviously do it all the time, but a bit naughty.
Yeah, well, we're
especially when you know, campers get blamed for things, and it's often not the campers.
Well, that's what we've been finding so far. Not that we're trying to protect our own, but that's what we have seen. It's kind of people who just live right there at that particular place. Anyway, we're on our travels now, and we're saying goodbye to the sheep and that really cool roosted chicken, and
We loved it here. Hector.
really, really lovely place.
We'll find somewhere nice for lunch.
Beautiful energy.
Oh, we ran out of water, and I was in the shower this time. I managed to get the soap out of the bits where you don't want soap, but I still had soap all down my legs, so...
I'm going to put these in the rubbish, and I'll be in the car in a second. Oh, not sorry, in the rubbish, in the boot.
Yep.
There are little collectibles.
Alright, I'm thinking Denniston for lunch.
I said to Kelly, look, there's a whole lot of little carriages, quite old looking, going up, down on the hill.
They look like, you know, big skips.
They're getting that coal, and see where it says, if you can see it, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Coal comes along there and gets dropped off and hosed down.
Number 10's almost at the top.
Sure is, look at it going up.
That's pretty cool. Oh, so I guess they're coal mining up there.
They're quite fast the way that they're coming down, and that coal is, look at the way that it's coming out on the chutes at number 10.
Now, somebody was telling me that they ship a lot of coal, because we can't use coal over home at Christchurch. That you're not allowed to use the old coal fires anymore. We used to actually live, we had a coal fire, and we lived just down the road from the coal place, so we used to take our wheelbarrow down.
Well, that was when we first met, actually. That was part of the fun.
But then you're not allowed coal after that. You're allowed the clean burning fires, or, you know, pellet fires and things like gas fires. But here, they still burn it, and you can still obviously light fires all the way down the beach on the coast. And they ship a lot of it to China, a man was telling us. And when we stayed at the Hop, Dean was saying he just went out to the backyard and dug it out of his... He had a whole coal thing in his backyard. He'd just go and dig a lump out and chuck it in the fire.
So I found that quite interesting, because when we were driving, I said to you, all this twisty, windy... I said, look at that.
He said it looks like coal, all that black. I was like, that can't be...
Yeah, because I sort of thought, it looks like coal, it's shining like coal, it's like a giant clough of coal. I mean, it's just sitting there for you to chip away at it. So it's obviously for exporting. Just imagine the weight and that.
Probably all the... Well, it said coal sales back there, so obviously the locals still buy coal for their fires.
It doesn't seem like they really need to, but that looks very like it's been powdered, like flour,
It
sitting
does.
here, whereas I'm sure it's rocks.
This is where we came down last night to walk along. It just actually got too dangerous, and we've just realised.
Dreadfully dangerous.
Just realised how far along. I think this is the blue house here. So should we just have a quick look?
Might as well.
Maybe just park in that hall. We'll just nip across and we'll see if we can see a penguin.
Oh, what a nice little cobblestone wee pathway that is.
He did say nobody lives here.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
What do you mean they live under the house?
That's what he said.
Oh, the penguins live under the house. I thought you meant the people lived under the house. I thought, what do you mean they live under the house?
I don't think there's
Just
any penguins here. I think that's what you call a wild goose chase.
yeah. Oh gosh, my I feel like I've been shot on between the shoulder blades. I tell you. Heavy driftwood, small little bits and pieces, arms like this, up down, up down. Well, they must come through here. It's a bit awkward for the penguins to come in up through there and then down there with all that metal. God, the poor things, it's wonder they don't spare themselves.
Right, what else will we find today?
Kelly hasn't planned anything, even though we need AdBlue, groceries, water, need to dump everything. What else do we need to do? Oh, we're just living life. We've got to have lunch as well.
One thing we do have is power, so that's unusual.
Yeah.
So you've got yourself into character. How are you going to get that off your face?
I don't know, I'm going to get it off, but somebody's just arrived over on the other side there. And I've got it all in my hands and everything. And anyway, it's a bit of the charcoal from this morning.
Good job getting into character.
Thank you.
That was fun at the Lyric Theatre.
I know. Reminds me of one of the theatres that Uncle Lang had in Auntie Maureen.
Does it, Charlie?
It does. We watched a lot of Charlie Chaplin when we were kids.
C'est mon Dieu s'il aimerait, le son Dieu s'ouvre comme sœur. J'ai la peau dilatoire.
Black and white up at the movies, up at the house, because they had a movie theatre there. Great memories. So we're at the Lyric Theatre in Granity, New Zealand.
Charcoal on your face. Charcoal on my face.
J'ai la peau dilatoire.
We've just reached the Denniston Plateau, and Louise made us a beautiful fried chicken strip salad. And then we're going to go and have a look around, so we'll take you with us. Interesting fact, it was a 12-degree incline to get up here to the plateau, which is the same as the steepest part of the Crown Range, which we didn't attempt in the ice and the snow. So
Hell no.
maybe we might feel more confident knowing that 12 degrees is not too bad.
We'll see about that.
What do you reckon? Looks delicious. Louie managed to get the charcoal off her face, which was nice. Probably inhaled a bit of arsenic along the way.
Oh, I wasn't. I sort of thought, I'm sort of gone a bit snuffly on it. I'm feeling a little bit better now that I've wiped it off. Also, we've got kimchi. We haven't had kimchi in our salad for a long time. And with the kimchi, we've got a little bit of blue vein and plain cheese and cucumber, 2 different types of lettuce, a few wee grapes in there, and of course always Celtic salt and our flaxseed oil. Are you hungry?
Yes, and we parked nose down because this water tank, which ran out on me earlier, the pickup sender is right at the front, so we're trying to tip all the water from under here down here to wash our hands.
Basically, we've got minimal water.
We're going to Westport next.
Yeah.
To take care of business.
We're both, Kelly's got cuts. You've got a good cut on your knuckle.
I didn't even notice. We were wondering if that's a burn, man. It was so hot, those coals.
Yeah, they were. And I reckon that's what I've got on my knee, is that. But, my bullet wound shoulder.
Come on.
Let's get rid of the other part. Mind you, that was a lot of really, really heavy lifting. Kelly's just wanting to eat her lunch.
Yeah, that tail's going first and that bit of blue cheese.
Yeah, you love your blue cheese. I've got it on full blast. It is so good, this thing. If you suffer from sore backs or shoulders or anything from work or leaning over the computer or whatever it may be, this thing is amazing. So, does it say where you are? Oh, yep.
This is Denniston Brakehead walk. Horrid coal mining tragedies, explosions, choking, gas, asphyxiation, carbon monoxide. And there's the Pike River one.
Oh, yes.
It's dreadful.
Absolutely dreadful. That choking is not very nice.
So this area of Denniston is called the Brakehead, and we'll take you down and show you, but the locals used to call it the 8th wonder of the world. They lowered these massive coal trolleys 518 metres in altitude up and down. Look at the chain on this thing.
No wonder people died. It's just awful.
I mean, what did they pull them with? Obviously pulleys, but...
Who was pulling them?
We'll go and have a look. Around 350 tonnes of coal.
Oh, a lot of it was used and needed and wanted back then, wasn't it? Up until before our earthquakes. These are really cool pictures of these people. This is somebody's father or uncle or brother. Look at the outfits and everything. Look at the dog. There's the incline there, if it's possible to show you. Just in case we can't see it. They look so cool with their hats and everything, their clothes that they were wearing. Look at his hat. I love that hat.
This must be part of the...
Pulling up and down, do you think?
the chain drive. Because look, there's a really big cable pulley. Aerial ropeway. Was that how they pulled it up and down? There it is here, the tension trolley. So that bit's on its side. That's the back balance adjustment. Tipped at this end.
Yeah.
Onto what?
So there's a missing tower here somewhere.
So we found the big wheels. These wheels were sat up in here, called the return wheels. Yeah, there actually was a whole township up here.
No paved roads, all rocky, with cold chips all on the ground.
Read out that saying up there.
Damn Denniston, damn the track, damn the way, both there and back, damn the wind and damn the weather. God damn Denniston altogether. Gosh, that sounds terrible, doesn't it?
It sounds like a freezing place to live.
Oh, absolutely freezing. That's awful.
Run over by a railway wagon.
Oh, awful, and then the families have to be told. Haven't been in the sea or a river or a lake or anything. It's been driving me crazy.
That almost looks a bit frightening walking towards there.
Yeah.
Just imagine being here.
They're quite like they're still in good condition, those there's that one there's got a bit of coal rust in it. There's a distinct smell to them, haven't they? Quite a rich wood, almost like coal smell.
Oh yeah, I just got a whiff just then. Almost like oil. Like a mechanic would smell like.
Yep. But yeah, you can see how people will be crushed by those. How awful. Is that an old bridge?
I was going to say bridge too. Oh, here it is here on the board.
Oh gosh, the heck. How could that be strong enough to hold all that weight of it? 15 metres to the left of the arches, the Banbury Mine entrance. And then show the waterfall on the right.
Miners worked in pairs. They drilled and laid explosive, picked the coal, shovelled it into the tubs, tied their identity number to each tub filled so that they would be paid for their output. That's interesting. So they were employed on contracts. They had to buy their own tools, a pick and a banjo shovel, as well as their carbide headlamp. They also had to pay for the explosives.
It's ridiculous.
But we're not allowed to fire them. Due to the physical strength and experience required, an older miner would often take on a younger mate to form a balanced team.
Really, really hard on workers back in the day. Horrific. And I was looking to see if there was somewhere I could get in that water.
I knew you would be.
Well, there's nowhere. And the other thing is I don't know if I want to...
Oh, it's quite rusty.
well, it's very rusty, and there's some more rust bits still in here.
Yeah.
Even though the water's all clear, and you can see rust bits down there. Just because something looks good doesn't mean it is.
I always find it amusing how whenever you see ruins, the chimney's always left over. Whereas when we had our earthquake, the chimney was the only thing to go really on a lot of houses.
It's very secure, very, very wet.
And you would have seen the coal trolleys going across up there. Oh, this might have been the mine, like the manager's house.
Don't know if it's big enough. He had a big, big house. Look at this unusual looking leaf.
Oh, has it absorbed the rust?
I don't know, it's really thick. It's like a piece of leather. That's what it feels like.
Wondering how you got to the mine. That big rock is hanging here. Okay, here we are here. That's probably that big, all that metal is probably fallen down the hill from that building. And here's the tracks going through to the opening of the mine. 1883 horses were replaced by steam-driven overhead endless chain. The moving chain broke up to 30 times a day and was replaced by a steel rope in 1887.
Lots and lots of broken glass everywhere.
Inside the mine, they had runners that would run the carts up and down to get to the miners. I don't know how they got paid. The miners put their tags on the trolleys and they got paid for what they pulled out.
Lucky there's not an electric fence.
Yeah, I was just going to say that.
Yeah.
I've still got my burn mark from my other electric fence the other day, if you remember. The burn on my leg. It's about that long. It's still there.
I can't get over how this just all rolls down the hill. Another 100 years' time, I guess, a lot of that won't be there either. That's where we were down there before, looking up here.
There's another chimney. This was called the Rope Road. It stretched 2.5 kilometres, and they had the workshops along here too. And this chimney is actually called the Smoko Shed Chimney. A very much appreciated place in winter. I bet it's freezing up here. So these young chaps, as young as 14, they used to clip and unclip the coal trolleys on and off the line. In winter, the Smoko Shed fires kept burning all day long with a tin of hot water beside it, so that the young lads would run into the shed between working batches of tubs and plunge their frozen fingers into the water to thaw out.
Gosh, that'd be like minus degrees, wouldn't it? Look at the clothes, there's no thermals like we've got on.
I think they would have gloves. Would those young boys not have gloves back then? And this was the engine house. They're unclear what sort of engine was used, the make of it.
It's an oven, it's like a kiln almost.
One on each side.
Yep, because it goes in. Would have been a lot of meals cooked in there. Imagine it. Great big loaves of bread.
I don't think it was the bakery. This was the powerhouse.
Well, if it's the powerhouse, what else would they have in there?
Maybe they heated their lunch at the same time.
Looks like a big Ferris wheel.
That's what the coal got hauled up and down on.
Well, the bucket capacity was 762 kgs. The number of support towers that they had was 38.
Oh yeah.
And they had 55.5 metres apart. Speed of the rope 7.4 kilometres. Wow. Medium rare steak. What have we got? Obviously mashed potatoes, and they've got a wee bit of naughty cream, Celtic salt in there, parmesan cheese and lots of parsley, and creamed mushrooms with mozzarella on top of the tomato. Right, looking rather bedraggled at the moment, but we hope that you have a really good sleep tonight.
It's quite windy here tonight. We're in Westport Freedom Camp. 12 other people here. This is the first time we've ever sort of camped near other people. See how that goes.
Yep.
So used to being on our own, aren't we?
We are. It's, yep, we're used to being right in the deep forest. Right, sleep well, and we've got a comedy program that we're watching. I just wet my pants last night over that, because I don't really find anything very funny. Not much makes me laugh, really.
It is funny.
Yeah. What is it called?
Here we go.
It's not everybody's cup of tea, I tell you, but anyway, it's making us laugh. Okay. Night.
Night.